Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. This is the live show that we do every weekday at 10:30 Eastern Time. Today is May 22nd. Of course, this is a show where I give my official MLB picks. Thanks so much for the here. Let me make sure everyone can hear me. Thanks so much for all the constructive comments that people say. One other guy said that I was talking so fast and jumping all around from topic to topic that I sounded like a crackhead. And I watched the video back, and he had a reasonable point. Thank you, Featureless, for that. So I'm going to try to slow down a little bit. Yeah, lay off the proverbial crack, not the literal crack, but the metaphorical crack, and try to slow down a little bit in these shows. The big news from Friday was, I went 1-2 with my picks, but once again, win, lose, or draw, the low-hanging fruit play again won.
That was Jerry Weaver.
Yeah. Now, if I was some kind of like a super self-promoter here, I would be the biggest thing on the internet right now, because the low-hanging fruit plays of the day is I don't even know. I actually want to go back and find out, because it's been.
I honestly think you missed one.
Yeah.
And it was a Yankees something a week and a half ago.
I mean, if anyone else had some kind of official, named play that was hit 15 in a row or something, they'd be all bragging and shit. And I guess I am bragging right now in my own way, but it's not quite bragging, because it's even when I have a losing day, the low hanging fruit of the day wins.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. All right. So I don't know. Let's see. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself right there. Today, of course, is only 9 games. Let's get to the official card. Again, thanks to everyone for all the positive comments and all the constructive criticisms that people are giving. I'm trying to make the best show that I can at all times. And another thing about self-improvement, I noticed this, in baseball, a lot of times there'll be pitchers who are Cy Young contenders who will still take a couple days off and go back and work on their mechanics. And you're thinking, when you reach that level, at some point, you don't have to worry about your mechanics anymore, but that's not true. You always, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, you always have to
whether you worry about it or not. You do have
exactly. You always have to look at the fundamentals. Even Chris Sale will be like, all right, despite the fact that I'm Chris Sale, my mechanics are a little bit off, and I'm going to adjust them a little bit. So.
That's where the true passion comes in. You get guys who truly want. They don't. I mean, again, Chris Sale, he's what, 33?
Yeah,
he's
true.
Rich. Yeah, famous. He doesn't need to tweak this stuff. He could slide a little bit.
And that's and that's like me. It's all about my passion, because I'm whatever age I am. Am I rich? No, I'm broke as hell. I got scammed out of my life savings twice, but still I go back to the drawing board, and I care about giving a good show. Right.
That's what is important, because that is what's important to you.
Yeah. All right. So the interesting stuff today, I will try to continue to be slow and calm and collected. Let's see. Obviously, Arizona now the White Sox have started to pick it up recently. They've turned it around on the road, but Gonzalez is having some serious issues, right? Serious control issues, and now he's going into Arizona, and the roof's going to be open. The offense is what it is. This looks like a very ominous spot for Gonzalez. At some point, he will probably tweak his mechanics and return to respectability. But this spot does not look good for him. On the other side, Greinke obviously has been excellent, awesome. His last start was a little shaky, but going forward, he's going to be who he is. He could get hit here as well. So this one, I'm leaning Arizona -1, leaning the over, and leaning Arizona on the team total over, which is 5. But again, Gonzalez looks like this is not a good spot for him. Then also in the Cubs game, Block is a tricky one, right? A guy who doesn't get a lot of strikeouts, does get a lot of ground balls, but not an elite level ground ball pitcher. So
which is scary when you have a mid-level contact pitcher.
Yes, very scary. So going forward, but then again, when he's up against teams that struggle against lefties like the Dodgers or in pitchers' parks or whatever, he does somewhat reliably give you 7-inning, 1-run starts. So he's a tricky one. He either has good starts or gets crushed. What he's done against the Dodgers twice this year, you can't take away from him. But my sense is that this is a spot where he's going to get lit the F up. Right? Ty Block to get lit the F up. So I'm thinking that maybe the Cubs, the Cubs -1, Cubs team total over. Other interesting situations, Cleveland starting to win again. You remember, Matty Ice, I started to say, look out for Cleveland. Now they're still not even close to being even, but when you go into Houston and sweep the Astros, that's a little eye-opening, right?
Nothing to shrug at.
That's a little
especially at
eye-opening.
home.
No, at
That's
Houston.
what I mean. Yeah.
Right. So Kipnis is playing well. A lot of those guys are starting to hit, and they have a good bullpen, right? Cincinnati has a good bullpen as well, but Cleveland, I think, has a better bullpen. So this one, again, I'm looking at Cleveland -1. I'm looking at Cleveland's second half. There's actually a couple of second halves I'm looking at today. Another one is Colorado. Now, Matty, guys, you know that I brag when I beat the line moves, right? I also admit it when I don't beat the line moves, and I took Colorado on the overnight. I think I got like -104. Now there's been a strong move to Philly, so I'm thinking someone might be out for Colorado. Obviously, Colorado had a doubleheader recently, so it's understandable why now it's down to a Colorado +110 or so. Hoffman is starting for Colorado, and he is a guy who does have some nice potential, right? He was sort of like who's that guy? Bundy, a guy who was a high a guy who was a high draft pick, hasn't quite put it together yet, but he's probably going to at some point.
So many of those. There's a lot of those, like Gossman.
Yeah,
those also.
A lot of them. Yeah, Eichhoff on the other side from Philadelphia. Working on getting all of his mechanics together. His last start, his strikeouts were up. A relatively good start, one of his better starts in a while. Still, though, not a guy I have a ton of faith in until he really puts everything together. So I'm leaning Colorado second half again here. And, again, I took Colorado on the overnight at a -104. So now it's up to +110 at Pinnacle. So, I guess I'd be leaning that way as well. And the other second half lean I would have is the Angels. Angels at Tampa Bay. This is an interesting one because Odorizzi's definitely been getting it done, as I thought he would after his hamstring injury. On the other side, Ramirez, a guy who doesn't get a lot of strikeouts but does get okay results. He's probably going to get hit a little bit here, and I'm expecting Odorizzi to have a decent start. So I would be leaning the Angels second half. That would be my maybe what you would say weakest lean of the day. And that's about it. Then there's other interesting games. Obviously, Minnesota-Baltimore. Unfortunately, I think that's going to have to be a pass for me because Gibson, what in the hell to expect from him, right? In the majors, he got crushed, went down to the minors, had some good minor league results. Now he comes up and he's going to be facing Baltimore. Is he going to be like in the minors or the majors? Do you have any opinion on that one?
Do we get him or Debbie Gibson? I don't know. No, I don't trust him. Absolutely not today.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm even more wary when guys get sent down and excel in the minors,
right?
And then come back,
right? Yeah,
because it's a completely different thing, and they're pitching. It just shows that their skill set and their pitching decisions are based around what they're dealing with in the minors.
Yes. And so long term, I'm definitely down on Gibson. In this game, it wouldn't surprise me if, he comes up and suddenly has an okay start. And then Jimenez, we know the deal with him. I've said 25% of the time you get an unexpectedly excellent start. 75% of the time he gets lit the F up, right? And Minnesota can certainly lit pitchers the F up. So that's probably going to be a pass for me. Obviously, if you want to take a shot with the over,
what is that at?
I would. It's 9.5.
Yeah.
Would I give you a strong argument against it? No. Am I going to bet that one myself? Definitely not. So, so there we go. All right, here I just glanced at the comments. First comment I see from Jim Bean is betting on Philly is just stupid. Yeah. Philly, but money has gone their way. Philly's been horrific, over the past, 20 games or so. I think they've literally, I think they've literally only won they're 3-17 over the last 20 or something like that. And Colorado, phenomenal team on the road. They're the top team in baseball in terms of ROI, about plus 29%. And on the road, they're in the 40s, plus 40% ROI. And again, Hoffman is a guy who, I'm willing to back. So what's up with that line movement? I'm assuming it's because some people are out for Colorado that I'm not aware of yet because I didn't.
Yeah, if you guys have any information, please let us know.
I basically I don't check the lineups, the lineup updates until after this show. I bet the overnights before the lineup information comes out. But that's either that or some sharp money came in on Philly because I guarantee you that's not big public money jumping all over Philly here. All right, so let's see. Okay, let's see. Another bunch of comments on Brenner. 5-1 with Brenner Blast. Okay, well we're 10-0 or something with the low hanging fruit of the days here. Good for both of us to be cashing tickets here. All right, so I got to decide what I want to give officially here, right?
Not necessarily. I never force you.
I will have to give officially. Arizona -1 and the team total over.
Arizona -1 team total over.
The money line part of that is -170, and the run line part of that is plus 124 at Pinnacle. So that works out to a relatively low. Actually, you know what?
What's the team total? Sorry,
the team total is 5.
Okay,
But the White Sox could easily. I'm kind of leaning White Sox second half here. The White Sox could easily come back and bounce back late. So yeah, you know what? I'm just going to stick for now with the Arizona team total over 5 minus 112. The Arizona -1 line is obviously a very strong lean, but I'm just going to stick with the Arizona over 5 minus 112. And then moving on to the Cubs game, let's see if these team totals are over. Yeah, the Cubs team total is 5 minus 154, and the Giants team total over is 4 minus 123. I'm kind of liking both of those. All right, I'll think about that for a second. For now, I will just give the
Arizona team total over 5 minus 112.
Yeah. And you know what? I will definitely give Colorado second half, which will be a minus 120, and then Cleveland. I will also definitely give Cleveland on the second half. Let's see, where is that one? Minus 140. All right, Cleveland second half minus 140, and Colorado second half minus 120. And you know what? I think I'm going to make the Colorado second half the low-hanging fruit of the day, just because Colorado has such a good bullpen. You don't exactly know what you're going to get from Hoffman and Eichhoff here, but later on in the game, it's low-hanging fruit, right? Colorado is who they've been, and Philly is who they've been. Mm-hmm. That's the low-hanging fruit of the day. Okay. Colorado second half minus 120. There you go. Colorado second half minus 120. All right. So far I've given 3 picks. The Arizona team total over 5 minus 112, Colorado second half minus 120, and Cleveland second half minus 140. And I'm also leaning Cleveland on the -1 line. I'm just not sure if I want to go double with them. That would be a plus money, small plus money there with Cleveland at Cincinnati. The issue is just that Feldman can be good. He's coming off a terrible start. He can easily bounce back. And then Tomlin on the other side, also very, very up and down, very, very uncertain. So you never quite know what you're going to get with Tomlin. I have been high on Cleveland. I might just stick with those three plays. Wazzle NO saying full Cleveland. What do you think? But yeah, I do like Cleveland on the full game. I would take him definitely on the -1 line. And I just gave him officially on the second half minus 140 is a little bit high. But again, I like their bullpen. The only reason I'm not going to give him -1 is just because I don't know if I want to give go on them 2 ways. And Cincinnati recently has been bad. Cleveland recently has been good. But, before that, Cleveland was obviously stinking it up, and Cincinnati was getting some nice results. So I'm just going to stick with the second half. So, okay, so let's see. Let's get to some. I've given 3 picks officially so far. My leans for sure are Arizona -1. My leans are for sure Cleveland -1. Angels second half is a lean as well. And then one way or another overs in San Francisco and Chicago. Probably looking at leans there. Again, only 9 games today, so not so fewer. Let's see. All right, so let's go to. All right.
We had one question. Where do we find second half lines?
Not every book has them, but the Chris books have them. All the clone books of Chris, like Just Bet has them, Heritage has them, and who else has them? I believe 5 Dimes doesn't have them.
That's what he was saying. That 5 Dimes and Bovad, I think, don't have them.
Right.
Bookmaker has it.
They probably will at some point. But yeah, the Chris books, Bookmaker, Bet DSI, Just Bet, Heritage, a bunch of books have them.
If you go onto our SBRodds.com page and you click into the game, they have it separated out, and each single one has a book on top. So you'll see which ones have first and second half lines and which ones don't. Which ones don't, excuse me. And you can just click on the book and it'll take you right to them.
Yeah.
So that's an easy way to do it. And also, guys, if you're enjoying this, don't forget to click like and subscribe. As always, get notified when we go live so you don't miss a minute of this golden content.
So we are going to now I'm going to look at some of the comments, and I'm just going to, unfortunately, I'm going to take the most recent ones, but let's see. Wazzle NO, Pete, can you please clarify? Did you say you would take Cleveland on the full game? I would take them. For my official pick, I'm taking them on the second half -140, but if I didn't have that option, I would take Cleveland -1, which would still be positive money right now. I would take Cleveland. It wouldn't be a surprise if Tomlin has a terrible start or if Feldman has an unexpectedly good start. But yeah, I would take Cleveland -1. They're obviously picking things up, and Cincinnati is slumping a little bit. All right, okay. Let's see. What else? Hold on one second. Looking at don't trust. Minor Crafter saying don't trust Lackey for Cubbies. Yeah.
They were asked a question. Did Lackey at -195 on the money line today?
Yeah, no, I would not be. I'm leaning overs in that game. I wouldn't be taking the Cubs here at the -1 line. That's just too high. If anything, I would lean San Francisco there. Although for me, that game is just all about the overs. The minor crafter saying don't trust Lackey for Cubbies, and I agree. I don't trust Lackey for Cubbies either. Josh Miller says Vargas always get blown up by the Yankees, so can't back Yankees. But if off the doubleheader, total pass. Yeah, Vargas obviously coming off of a bad start and might get hit here again. Although what he was doing before his terrible start, you can't ignore. Can't quite take the Yankees at -175, so that's going to be a pass for me. If it was a lower line, I would take it. Wazzle N.O. saying Yankees on the full game. What do you think, Pete? If you gave me a free bet, yeah, I would take the Yankees -1, but I'm not going to bet that with my own money. But if you're asking my opinion on that one, that's my opinion. Jive Man saying Colorado team total over. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting as well. I'm leaning Colorado on the full game, and I did give Colorado second half as the low-hanging fruit of the day. Sure. Wazzle N.O. saying Yankees play well at home. Yes, absolutely. And let's see.
Anything on the Tigers and Astros?
Tigers and the Astros. Well, yeah, that's a tough one because you got Peacock starting. Peacock coming in from the bullpen, making a spot start. Yeah, not exactly sure what to expect from him, but you do know what to expect from Fulmer, and it's going to be good, right? Fulmer is once again very likely. He could get lit up. I mean, look, anything can happen in baseball to anyone, but it's very likely that Fulmer will have another solid start, strong start here. So maybe if you wanted to take Detroit on the first half, that might be worth a shot. I'm staying off that game. Again, I stay off a lot of MLB games. The lines are tight. If you bet into lines that are tight that you don't have a confident lean on, you will lose long term, and that's what I'm trying to avoid, right? Because of the haters. So
yes, lose with confidence.
Yeah,
don't
exactly
bet on stuff you're not confident with.
Exactly. And if I lost on that game, it would not be a loss with confidence. So I'm staying off of the Detroit-Houston game. It is an interesting one. We'll see how Houston handles Fulmer, and we'll see how Peacock does in his first start. It's certainly an interesting game. And if you gave me a free bet on it, I don't even know. I guess I would take Detroit on the first five. I don't know.
It's a total pass. Free bets.
Yeah, that is a total pass. That is a total pass.
It will set you up a GoFundMe account where you can get free picks. Free betting.
Shane Culmer asking any good run line games today or underdogs? Yeah, run line games. I would be leaning Arizona on the run line and Cleveland on the run line. I'd be leaning those two. And underdogs today, let's see. Yeah, I mean, maybe a shot with Detroit. I don't know, man. Again, the market has bet Colorado up to an underdog line. I think that's because someone's out. So that would probably be a small value underdog there, in my personal opinion. But, all right, let's see. Someone asking Tinder low-hanging fruit of the day. All right, let's see.
I assume nothing because you still haven't shaved.
Yeah. Everyone asking.
You come in here with a clean cheek.
Yeah,
be asking
everyone.
questions.
All the questions about Cleveland and the Yankees. Yeah, Casey's off the doubleheader, so I would lean Yankees, although I'm not going to bet it or make it a pick at the big line. And Cleveland, yes, I would be leaning Cleveland, although both starting pitchers are there's high volatility with both starting pitchers more than normal. As we know, both Tomlin and Feldman have high volatility. So when you have high volatility, you want to take a look at run lines, and I would be leaning Cleveland on the run line there for sure. All right, let's see. Other fistful of parlays saying, let's see. Yes, thank you for that nervous tick that I have. I am going to try to avoid that one.
I started writing it down.
Yeah, I'm also trying. Yeah,
serious twice.
That's good. Yeah, I'm also trying to avoid going too fast and running on and having one idea going into the next in my videos. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to accomplish today. A lot of comments. Let's see.
Well,
saying let's see once is okay.
It's all right. No, it's like I said, I never noticed it till last week. Mm-hmm. Now I'm hyper aware, but it doesn't bother me at all.
Everyone just asking low-hanging fruit of the day.
That was Colorado's second half -1.
DJ One Mike saying Pete just needs someone to keep track of the list of games, keep him at a steady pace. Dude behind the camera usually keeps up. He does a good job. That's exactly what you do. You keep me at a steady pace.
My hieroglyphics all written down here, as you can see. #Let's see.
And by all means, Matty, guys, if I'm ever starting to bounce from one comment to another like a metaphorical crackhead, by all means, slow me down. Just tell me to chill out, and that'll be fine. A lot of positive comments. Kevin White saying, Pete the man. Thanks very much. I really appreciate that. And in fact, that is homo. Not no homo. That is homo. Thank you very much. I appreciate the comment. Love it. Thanks so much, Kevin White. You know how people say no homo? No, I'll say yes homo. Whatever.
Yeah, love is not. Yeah. If he said he wanted to fuck you, that'd be different.
No, yeah. I don't give a shit. All right, let's see. Julio Rosario saying, "My dude, thanks for the positive comment. Yes, homo." Julio Rosario, thanks so much. All right, let's see.
I'm adding that to the hashtag list for today.
Sup, Pete. Low Shack, a lot of positive comments. Jive Man, the second comment was NBA equals fixed. Yes.
I was going to actually ask you about that.
Well, I've been making jokes about that for many years, and also partially believing in it for many years.
Well, I don't think you're joking. That's why I was going to ask you.
I mean, you know, if you believe what Tim Donaghy has to say, it also, also the statistical, the statistical examinations, the statistical studies that people have done bear that out to a certain extent, that there's likely to be home court advantage, either consciously or unconsciously from the refs. And clearly, you know, look, one rule in life, follow the money. Follow the money. If you follow the money, you pretty much know what happens. 80% of what happens in any situation, whether you're talking about politics, whether you're talking about sports. And, if the NBA is going to make a lot more money with 6 and 7 game series, the NBA is going to want 6 and 7 game series. Yeah. If the NBA wants 6 and 7 game series, they're probably going to try to find a way to get some 6 and 7 game series. You know what I'm saying?
I guess, yeah. I mean, I started thinking about it yesterday because Zach, who's just sitting in here but lost his voice, so he's being quiet. He talked to me about it the other day. Well, I didn't know that. You tell me LeBron was going to play very limited minutes. So that had me thinking a little bit like, all right, but he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
That's something I don't feel like that would have been his choice.
Yeah, yeah.
So that got me thinking, and then they end up losing.
Mm-hmm. And I actually did, I in my preview of that game, I officially stayed off of it, but I did say if I was going to give a pick, I would give the Cavs on the first half, and that one did actually cash, and they wound up losing the game. So
yeah, I was making fun. I mean, it's like
NBA all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cavs on the first half did in fact cash. So unbelievable. All right, so let's see. My official picks so far, again, Colorado second half, Cleveland second half, and Arizona team total over. Low-hanging fruit of the day is Colorado second half. My leans are Arizona -1. That's definitely a lean, but I'm going to hold off on that one. Lean is the Angels on the second half, and lean is Colorado just on the money line at the current underdog odds. And now I have to make some final decisions on what I want to do about this San Francisco Cubs game, because Block, it's tough. It's tough to take a team total over with Block going, just because sometimes he does have a nice, and the team total over for the Cubs is 5 -154. And the team total over for the Giants is 4 -123. So you know what I might just do?
What?
Keep it simple, stupid, right? Keep it simple. I'm just going to take the over on the full game.
You're going to lay off of it. Keep it simple.
No.
Let's add
over on the full game. At Pinnacle right now, you can get 10 -105. If it loses, I lose 1.05 units. San Fran and the Cubs. Over 10 -105. If it loses, I'll eat the unit of loss. If it wins, I'll accept the unit of win. All right, so no team total overs in the San Francisco Cubs game. I'm just going to throw on a fourth pick. San Francisco, Chicago Cubs over 10 -105. That is a current line at Pinnacle. And that's about it. That is about it. We've got a bunch.
Any thoughts on the upstate this weekend in horse racing?
I'm sorry?
The, what was it, Preakness?
Yeah.
That big underdog team.
I called it.
You called it.
I called it. I mean, I didn't call him on the win, but I called him in matchup props.
Yeah. Your thoughts.
I said I was looking to
give you a chance to gloat. Damn it.
Yeah, I was looking to bet cloud computing in matchup props. That's what I said. I asked the guys that that every video that I said, what about cloud computing? That's the horse that I'm thinking might be better than advertised. I thought that Looking at Lee would be worse than advertised. He did come in fourth, though, I think, right? Looking at Lee came in fourth, I believe. Yeah, so he ran an okay race. But, yeah, my main pick for the Preakness was cloud computing, not to win, but in matchup props. I did bet it, and I did cash with it. So, yeah, I'm happy about that. The reason was that he has, the Preakness, it's a shorter race. So closing horses are not as valuable as they are in other races in the Derby, and obviously in the in the Belmont. And so you want horses that are speed horses that can stalk the pace. Also, the jockey had a choice to ride him or another horse. He chose him. That's always a good sign. Velasquez, when the jockey
how does that work?
Well, just when the jockey chooses a horse over another horse, it's usually for a reason. So that's just a small factor that I take note of. I'd never bet on a horse only based on that factor, but that's a factor that definitely catches my attention. His style of running was well suited to the Preakness, and so I thought he'd run a good race. Yeah, I didn't think he'd beat either of the favorites, so I didn't bet on him to win, but I did bet on the matchup props and cashed with it. So yeah, we'll see what the field is for the Belmont, what the odds are when they come out, and look for that video because I will be previewing that with a whole bunch of experts as the Belmont comes closer. But again, let's wrap it up. As of right now, I have 4 picks: Cubs, San Francisco over, Arizona team total over, Colorado second half -120. That is the low-hanging fruit of the day, I guess, and Cleveland second half. And the leans are Arizona -1, Angels second half, Cleveland -1, and Colorado on the money line. And that's about it. 9 games. I think we broke the hell down out of those 9 games. Thanks for all your comments and questions, and I really appreciate it.
And always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want some more information, come check us out at SBR Sports Picks on Twitter.
Okay, one quick question. Rafa Mazatan says, you have to explain what does lean means because I think haters count them as official picks, assholes. Yeah.
They're not official picks. If they were official picks, just means, this is my pick.
And by the way, I do track my leans as well. As we all know in betting, there's bets that we make and bets that we're thinking about making but don't make. And some of my leans, by the time the first pitch comes, I have actually made bets on. But for the purpose of the record keeping in this video, the official picks are the picks. And then the leans are like the picks that are like borderline. So if you're thinking about it and you want to know what I think, that's what I think about those picks. So
we'll get you like a little styrofoam cup to put all your leans in.
I mean, as we know in betting, the bets that you make are the bets that you win or lose on, and bets that you almost make don't matter. Bets that you almost make may as well have been bets
the way
that
I view your leans, if I was a viewer, if I'm on the fence about something, take that into consideration.
Yeah, and it's just that's the way betting goes. If you have a bet and you're like, oh, I almost made that bet, but it wins or loses, it doesn't matter. If you didn't actually make the bet, it wasn't a bet. So that's what my leans are. My leans are picks that were borderline, that were close to being a pick, but that weren't. And my official picks are the picks that are actually the picks. So today I have 4 picks. Bunch of leans that I'm leaning towards, and that's about I mean, the only reason that I'm not going on Arizona and Cleveland on the -1 lines is because I'm already taking them other ways, and I don't really want to take them 2 ways.
That could be a real volatile game too, as you pointed out. So what? It could be a volatile game too, as you pointed out. So it's best to.
Oh, Cleveland and Cincinnati, both Feldman and Tomlin can have a surprise, shutout start out of nowhere or get absolutely lit up and give up 8 runs. So there's going to be a lot of volatility in that Cleveland game. A lot of statistical volatility for sure. All right, that's about it. That wraps it up. I got my picks. Low-hanging fruit of the day. Colorado with their great bullpen second half -120 against Philadelphia, who's actually been stinking up the joint for about 3 weeks now. So that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hopefully I slowed down and did not present this show like a metaphorical crackhead. And tune in tomorrow where we'll have a full card, a lot more picks, a lot more analysis. Thanks for tuning in, guys.